And coming up, after 4 lynxes were found in the Highlands earlier this month, we find out why rewilding activists are taking action to bring some species back.
Now, rewilding is often encouraged by environmental campaigners as a way of reintroducing lost species to the UK. But there's a number of activists who are taking things one step further by releasing rare animals into the wild without permission. Derek Gow is one of those who's been breeding dormice, adders and lynx with plans to release them, regardless of government rules. Our climate editor Justin Rolat went to meet him.
Derek Gow is a renegade. Some would call him a criminal. He breeds British indigenous animals with a view to releasing them into the wild. What he is doing is potentially illegal because some of the animals he breeds became extinct here hundreds of years ago, and there are laws against their release. Animals like these magnificent creatures, lynx. Derek, when was the last time these would have been seen in the wild in the UK?
Late Middle Ages, so you're looking at probably somewhere in the region of 400, 500 years ago.
Freeing animals like this into the wild is very controversial. A few weeks ago, 4 lynx were released in the Scottish Highlands. They were caught. One of the cats later died. Police Scotland is investigating the incident. You've got lynx. Did you release lynx into Scotland?
I did not release lynx in Scotland.
Would you consider doing that?
Would I consider doing it? I think it'd be really difficult, and our cats would not be good candidate cats because they're so tame. The creatures that should be here aren't here because of what we did in the past, and now that we just don't need as many sheep or all the food in theory that, you know, where the landscape's here to produce, why can't we start to restore some of the lost creatures to it?
This is not just a hobby. Derek Gow's 400-acre farm here in Devon has become a centre for breeding rare species. He employs 15 people, and while he may not have any plans to release his lynx into the wild anytime soon, this place has become a hub for other covert species reintroductions.
It's a girl.
Some of his team are weighing water voles.
110. So you've got some growing to do, my love.
Gow says he's released some 25,000 of this once common, now endangered species over the years. He's also responsible for releasing dozens of these beavers into the wild here in the UK. And he's working with other species. The last recorded UK breeding pair of black storks was in 1416. White storks were also once indigenous to the UK, but are now extinct. He's got polecats and is now breeding insects too, including these glowworms.
This is irresponsible. You don't know the damage that could be done. You don't know the financial impacts that could be caused. Where are the impact assessments? And in the event that we end up in a position where they need to be controlled, there is no ability to control those species. So I think it really is irresponsible.
Derek Gow says the UK is facing an urgent nature emergency, and government rules on reintroductions are too restrictive, too complex and far too slow. You're making unilateral decisions without regard for what the regulations say you should do.
Well, I'm making unilateral decisions, but those decisions are to release, I don't know, a lot of benign water voles. You know, I'm doing good things. I'm on the side of the, you know, of the small and oppressed. I don't think I'm doing anything bad.
He plans to release these Scottish wildcats later this year. Now, Gow's activities may sound noble, but his approach is divisive. Some see him as a courageous visionary, others regard him as an arrogant maverick whose animal releases could do more harm than good. Justin Rolat, BBC News, Devon.